Hey, it's Father Roderick, and I'm here in my local movie theater in Ede, the Netherlands. I just finished watching the movie The Father with Anthony Hopkins, and I'm very impressed. It's a terrific movie. It is extremely well acted. This is about a man who slowly, gradually suffers the ongoing consequences of dementia, and very soon he's unable to take care of himself. He moves in with his daughter. And what makes this movie so incredibly well done is that it tries to show you what you experience when you're slowly losing your grip on reality, when things are starting to get confusing. And at first, this movie did confuse me. There were some scenes where I was like, wait a minute, who is this person? And was that the same actress as the one I just saw? And no, it's not her. And that over time gets worse. And slowly you start to realize that this is actually part of the story. It is trying to help you understand the situation from the perspective of the character of the father. It also, I think, portrays in a very impressive way what his situation, what his dementia is doing to the people that are trying to take care of him. Because one of the issues that is brought up very early in the movie and gets worse over time is his feeling that the world is conspiring against him, that people are stealing from him. He doesn't recognize certain people, so he's starting to mistrust everyone around him. Also, his dementia sometimes makes him forget even the people that he loves. And that is very, very realistic. And as a priest, I have dealt in certain situations with people who went through the same process, and also with the caretakers. And everything that the movie shows is, to me, extremely recognizable and feels real. In the movie theater, there were many people of an older age, and even though this movie has been in this theater for several weeks, it's still packed. You still have to reserve a seat well in advance, because there are a lot of people who are going to watch this movie, and the demographic is older, so that leads me to think that many people that are going to watch this movie have actually dealt with the situation, or maybe are dealing with a situation like this, or would like to be prepared for a situation like this because of their advanced age. And all I can say is that this movie, I think, tells the story very artfully, but also very respectfully. It really tries to make you understand what's going on in the mind of the person who is, well, of the father, but also tries to make you empathize with the people that deal with it and have to deal with all the consequences of the illness. And you see their suffering, you see how difficult it is, and how each and every person reacts differently to the situation. Now, one final reason that this movie is so impressive to me is that my own father, about 2 years ago, right before the start of the corona pandemic, started to get more and more confused. He was having arterial issues in his leg, and the doctors explained that the problem with the vessels also was probably a process that was going to affect his mind, and it did. And so my father is now, 2 years after the symptoms became apparent, is in a home, and he cannot leave. And in many respects, the character of the father, played by Anthony Hopkins, made me think a lot of my father. And it's not exactly the same character, but there are so many moments in this movie that I've also seen with my father when he was still at home, living with my mom, and also now that he is in the home where they take care of him. I think this is an important movie. It's important to teach you to not be afraid of when something like this occurs. For many people, this is like their worst nightmare, and that's understandable, because you're losing someone, or at least you're losing part of someone, and that person is also losing you. And so it is the pain that is linked to this process is in fact already a form of mourning. You are saying goodbye to someone who will never return. And yet, there's also a lot that remains. And what I thought was masterfully shown towards the end of the movie is how often the only thing that you can do, you cannot fix this anymore. What's lost is lost. And you have to let it go, how difficult that may be. But what is the only thing that you can and should do is to stay in the moment, to stay close to that person in that situation and just move along with their emotions, not try to contradict them, not try to inform them, because they won't be able to process the information anyway. What you can do is to be there. And that is something that, fortunately, the people that take care of my father know very well, and I think do very well. I can highly recommend this movie in case you are in a situation with your parents maybe that are getting older. Maybe you know people in your own group of friends or colleagues that are dealing with a situation like this, and you may still be unfamiliar with what dementia can do and how it can affect people's lives. Go watch this movie. It will really help you understand a little bit more, and most importantly, make you have an open heart towards the people that suffer from dementia, and maybe even more important, the people that are trying to take care of them and that often go through this process of mourning and, may need your support. That's what I wanted to share with you. Thanks for watching. I'll be back reviewing more movies. So if you want, subscribe to the channel, and see you soon.